The Hunger Games, Catching Fire movie summary in English. Let's begin. Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark have settled into a life of material comfort and emotional unease back in District 12 following their joint victory in the 74th Hunger Games. Katniss was traumatized from the games and remains emotionally distant from Peeta. President Snow visits Katniss and reveals that her defiance in the games has inspired revolts across Panem. To suppress the rebellion, he demands that she and Peeta feign love during the victory tour, threatening to destroy District 12 and kill their families if they refuse. During their victory tour, Katniss and Peeta's speeches only lead to further unrest across the districts. The two publicly announce their engagement in an attempt to persuade Panem's citizens of their love. However, President Snow and the districts remain unconvinced. At the capital, Katniss meets the mysterious new head gamemaker Plutarch Heavensbee. Upon returning home, Katniss witnesses the brutality of the capital's peacekeepers. Gale is publicly whipped for trying to intervene in their beating of civilians, leading to a violent confrontation that results in Katniss, Peeta, and Haymitch's involvement. The 75th Hunger Games, also known as the Third Quarter Quell, is announced with a twist. Tributes are to be selected from the existing pool of victors. As the only living female victor from District 12, Katniss is forced to compete in the games, with Peeta volunteering to join her. In a last attempt to halt the games, Peeta announces during his pre-games interview that he and Katniss had already married and are expecting a child, leading to a further outcry by capital citizens. As ordered by Snow, Katniss wears a wedding dress for her interview, but Cinna, her stylist, designs it to shift into a Mockingjay symbol. Just before Katniss enters the arena, Cinna is brutally beaten in front of her and later killed for altering the dress. In the games, Katniss and Peeta form an alliance with Finnick Odair and the elderly Mags from District 4. They encounter a deadly poisonous fog at night. Mag sacrifices herself so the others can escape. The group also fights a pack of genetically mutated mandrills, during which the female tribute from District 6 sacrifices herself to save Peeta. Fleeing to the beach, the group unites with BT and Wyrus from District 3, and Johanna Mason, the female tribute from District 7. Wyrus discovers that the arena is designed like a clock, with dangers recurring at set intervals. The group is suddenly ambushed by the careers. Katniss and Johanna kill Gloss and Kashmir. BT proposes a plan to lure the remaining careers to the wet beach and electrocute them using the lightning strikes recurring every 12 hours. The group splits to prepare the trap, laying a wire from a tree to the shoreline. When District 2 tributes Brutus and Enobaria appear, Johanna incapacitates Katniss, cutting the tracker out of her arm before fleeing. Katniss finds an unconscious BT, apparently electrocuted by contact with the arena's force field. Unable to find Peeta and hearing a cannon, Katniss nearly attacks Finnick, suspecting his betrayal, but he reminds her to remember who the real enemy is. Katniss attaches the wire to an arrow, firing it into the arena's roof just as lightning strikes. The electricity travels along the wire, destroying the arena's force fields, and causing its computer systems to fail. Katniss is knocked unconscious by the lightning strike and is picked up by a hovercraft. Katniss awakes in the hovercraft and finds Haymitch, Finnick, a still unconscious BT, and Heavensbee, who is revealed to be a rebel against Snow. Haymitch tells her they are bound for District 13, headquarters of the new rebellion. He reveals that Katniss is the face of the rebellion, and half of the tributes were in on the plan to rescue her. However, Peeta and Johanna were captured by the capital. Enraged, Katniss attacks Haymitch for violating his promise to save Peeta before she is sedated. She awakens in District 13 with Gale. He reassures her that her family is safe, but that District 12 has been destroyed by the capital.